All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay Will. So I'll be honest, I'm using this phone for going on 24 hours now, and I'm impressed. It's unfortunate though, and this is my 24 hours later with the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4X, and this is definitely kind of a discussion, and I'll tell you a few things about the phone that I like and possibly dislike. But more importantly, this is more of a discussion follow-up video because it's kind of one of those things where the US should be getting more phones like this, you know, and I think the equivalent to this might be the Honor 6X, but the Honor 6X still doesn't, and I don't have the Honor 6X yet, and I use that one because it's pretty much built like this. But from what I've seen from reviews on the Honor 6X, I don't think it's matching this one right here. For one main particular reason is, and this is just kind of personal preference, but these color options, this color option is sweet. And this is my personal preference and my personal taste. I like this color option. Also, I don't know what it is, but the battery on this thing is just ridiculous, man. I mean, it's a 4,000 milliamp hour battery, yes, but it's coupled with the Snapdragon 635. And I mean, I have 50%, I'm right at 50%. So let's go into battery here. We're gonna go to power. Also in the other video, I said that it had a 4,100 milliamp hour battery. It actually has a 4,000, so it's different models out there. So I'm at, look at this now. I'm at 50% and I'm on 24, I'm actually at 27 hours, I believe. Something about the timer, I'll tell you that too. I'll explain that in a second, but I'm at 6 hours and 24 minutes of screen on time with 50% left, and I'm at 27 hours, I think it is. So back on this screen right here, you see how that says 10 hours and 45 minutes of usage? I don't know why it says that because I haven't charged this phone in the last 10 hours and 45. I don't understand how that is, you know, but I've had this phone on the same charge for, I think it's 27 hours, I believe. I think it's 27 hours at this point. So I'm over a day with 50% left and 6.5 hours screen on time pretty much. And maybe that's just something with the software, I don't know. I had to change the region. Oh, that's what it is. I changed the region. I changed the region halfway through. The region was set to, oh gosh, I don't even know where I found that at, but I was in here searching around. So those of you who know about the Xiaomi phones, I went in and changed the region, and because it wasn't on the US, it was on something, man. I don't even know where I found that at. But nonetheless, I changed the region, so that's got to be why the timer reset for the battery. I mean, I don't know. But I do know that I haven't charged this phone since yesterday morning, and I'm at about 27 hours. And people, I have 50% left. I mean, really? And the Snapdragon 425 is, this phone gets better battery life than any other phone that I have right now. Even my Z Max, my V8 Blade Pro. The most I'm able to pull down on the V8 Blade Pro is about 8 hours, 8.5 maybe. And that's stretching it all the way to the end of the battery life. Now this phone does have a bigger battery. Obviously it's going to get better battery life, but I'm just saying, side by side, it gets better battery life than the Blade V8 Pro and the Moto G5 Plus. The build quality on here is really solid. I really like it. And the fact that I get this beautiful color, this phone actually comes in black too, two kinds of black, I might add. This is a well-built machine. Some things that I don't like is when navigating, when I long press on something, sometimes it doesn't work. Like I'll do it and then it's working right now that I'm trying to show you that it doesn't work sometimes, but man, let me tell you, the phone itself it doesn't have lag, it's just a slow responder, I guess I want to say. Is that the way I can explain it? It responds slow sometime to the long press. And that is probably the only thing that I found that I wasn't too happy, because I'd be trying to do something and the animations are set down already, because when you change the animation on this phone, it makes you reboot it. It lets you know, hey, we can speed up your phone, well, we got to reboot it for this setting to take effect. And so I did that, because there's a lot in the settings in here that I don't like. It's kind of not cluttered, but there's just a lot going on. It kind of reminds me of Samsung TouchWiz when it comes to some of the settings. There's a lot of buried settings in there, and I just want to be able to get to it quickly. But nonetheless, man, that's the only thing I've found so far, is that sometimes when I long press, it's slow to grab what I'm doing, you know. But other than that, I like the build quality. The cameras are, man, you know, I got a camera video. Maybe I'll put the footage in this video. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but you know, the camera footage is good. The rear camera shoots really good video. The front camera is kind of hit or miss, and the photos with HDR turned on is really slow to produce it. But when it does produce it, it's pretty good. So, you know, I just feel like this is a solid device, and the device only costs $169. That's the thing. So, and it also works at 4G in the US, and someone told me, oh, Jay, you're not going to get 4G everywhere. Yeah, I do get 4G everywhere. And I haven't even checked the bands on this phone. I really don't even care. All I know is I get 4G everywhere. And somebody asked about LTE and 4G. Over there, a lot of the phones don't use the LTE signal, at least on the Xiaomi phones. Some of them don't use the LTE signal, and the speeds that I'm getting are decent. So as a matter of fact, let me see if I can go into and download the speed test app to kind of see if it actually is what it is. And this is over Cricket's network. So let's see how this does real time before I get out of here with this video. So as you can see, it's actually going pretty quick on this download, and I'm up in my office where I have the worst service in the house. So I'm going to do a speed test right now, but the data speeds that I'm getting, you know, Cricket taps you out at what, 8, I think it is. And on the up, I get like 20 when I'm not in this office. It's kind of crazy. But let's just test the speeds real quick, just to show you that, you know, the speeds are really good. And they're actually LTE speeds, if you will. But let's see what it does real time here. This is my first time even doing a speed test, because I've been happy with the speeds that I've been getting. So there you go. I'm on Cricket, and it taps out at 8 or 9. So I'm getting the full speeds that I'm supposed to get. I actually got a little bit more that time. So, you know, it is what it is. I mean, I'm getting the speeds. The phone works in the US. This is a phone that I actually can recommend over, and I hate to say it, but I could recommend this phone so far, just having it in this short period of time, over some other phones, man. It's just one of those things that it's not available in the US, and it's unfortunate. But those speeds are what I'm getting on phones that I have that have LTE. So gripes about this phone already, not very many. The build quality is extremely good, and I just don't have any problems with the phone yet, other than the front camera and, you know, and not being able to do 60 frames per second. Those are just preferences. But I got to tell you, I'm impressed. The performance on the phone is fluid. I did put Nova Launcher on here, and it's kind of weird. It seems like Nova Launcher slowed the phone down a little bit. Kind of strange, but, you know, I'm still breaking it in. So, but other than that, man, I just don't have any real complaints about this phone. I don't have any. So I'm excited that I brought it in. A lot of people told me to pick up this and the P2, I think it is. So look for footage on that as well. These phones are battery efficient. I mean, the Snapdragon 625 is a fantastic processor. Overall, the fingerprint reader is, oh, that's another thing. The fingerprint reader is really slow in my experience. It's definitely not the fastest. The speaker on here is really loud for it to be one bottom firing single speaker. It does have an IR blaster. They even have a remote app. I put it in my tools folder. Where's it at? Me Remote. They have a remote app. So, I don't know, folks. I like it. I would tell you to hit the link, and I'm gonna put the link in the description to purchase this one for you guys, because 169 bucks, you can't go wrong with this, man. I mean, it's just if you like some of the phones that are out right now, you'll love this combination right here. So, quick discussion video on my update on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4X. It's a good buy right now. It's your man Jay Will. More to come. Stay tuned.